be killed. You're charged now with 2 counts of second-degree vehicular homicide. Both of those charges are punishable by a maximum 10 years in New Jersey State Prison. Do you understand that those are the charges to bring you before this court, and those are the potential penalties that you face?
Yes, Your Honor.
At today's hearing, you do have certain rights. Among those rights are the right to be present, and you are in fact present here today in the virtual courtroom. You also have a right to be represented by an attorney, and today you're represented by Mr. Dooley. You additionally have a right to remain silent. Keep in mind anything you say here today may be used against you. Note that while Mr. Dooley is your attorney for today's proceeding, he may or may not be the attorney assigned to represent you as your case proceeds through the court system if you are ultimately still represented by the Public Defender's Office. Have you given any thought at all at this time as to whether you want to continue to be represented by the Public Defender's Office or whether you'll be hiring your own attorney?
I'll be hiring my own attorney in the future, Your Honor.
All right, you may do so. If you do hire your own attorney, he or she will have to enter their appearance with the court and substitute in for the public defender. They will know how to do that. In the meantime, with regard to the charges pending against you, you have a right to apply to certain programs the court has to offer, such as the Recovery Court Program and or the Pretrial Intervention Program. If you're interested and or otherwise eligible for either of those programs, you may make an application with the assistance of your attorney. You furthermore have a right to a hearing as to probable cause. You have a right to have this matter presented to the grand jury for indictment, as well as a trial by jury. You may waive your grand jury presentment rights as well as your jury trial rights. If you waive your right to trial by jury, you'd then be tried by the court. In that instance, a judge such as myself would make a determination as to whether you're guilty or not guilty of these charges. Do you understand all these rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also have a right to pretrial release. You may not be detained pretrial unless the state files a motion for your pretrial detention and a Superior Court judge orders that detention. Ms. Harley, it's my understanding the state is seeking pretrial detention?
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct. And with the holiday, I believe that takes us to next Thursday, September 5th for the detention hearing.
That is correct. So, Mr. Higgins, your detention hearing is going to come back before this court on September the 5th. You'll be brought back to court for a hearing on that day. In the meantime, between now and your court date on Thursday, the state must turn over to your attorney discovery. That's any and all reports or documents in the state's possession which are relevant to their application to detain you, as well as any and all exculpatory evidence must be turned over to your attorney between now and the hearing on the 5th. Now, allow your attorney, Mr. Dooley, who's in for purposes of today's proceeding, just to advise you as to what to expect between now and Thursday's hearing. Mr. Dooley?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Higgins, obviously, as earlier you stated that you plan on getting a private attorney. As for now, until you get a private attorney, we'll be representing you for your detention hearing. Now, there's a couple of things you need to know. One, first off, don't talk to anyone at the jail about your case. It's important to make confidentiality between you and your attorney, regardless if it's me or a private attorney going forward. Keep in mind all jail calls are recorded. So when you're talking on the phone at the jail, just keep that in mind. I wouldn't talk about the case with anyone that isn't your attorney. Additionally, investigators will come out and see you prior to your court date on Thursday to basically get background information and other information that may be helpful for your detention hearing. And we'll also be waiting to hear whether or not you get an attorney. Again, if not, we would represent you at the detention hearing. Okay?
Thank you. So when I actually do hire an attorney or get an attorney, obviously I have very limited contact with anyone now. I don't have a phone. I can't really reach anybody. How do I get that process started with them?
So, Mr. Higgins, if you're interested in hiring counsel, you need to speak to somebody at the jail, and they can help you facilitate contacting people. If you have family or friends on the outside who are willing to assist you in doing that, you may be able to reach out to them in order to get that done, okay?
Understood.
All right. At this time, we're going to excuse you from court today. We'll see you back in court on Thursday.
So I'm here until Thursday?
Yes, sir. Once the state files a motion for your pretrial detention, the statutes and court rules require me to hold you over for a minimum 72 hours before your hearing. Because we have a weekend and we have a Monday holiday, 72 hours becomes Thursday. Any other questions?
Not this time, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Higgins. You are excused for today.